And hello, my name is Oliver Stelfox, and I want to welcome you, viewer, to the 49th episode of Sessions in Place. And today we have John Van Deusen, who's right behind me, and we are at the lovely Fremont Abbey. If you're asking yourself, what is Sessions in Place? I got news for you and some words for you. It's an award-winning, socially distanced concert series that's live streamed every Saturday since April 11th, 2020. What's that? Yes, we are coming on in a year here soon, which blows my mind. And we stream to Facebook and YouTube alike. And we do this because we believe that live music is essential. And if you agree, please support us. And there's many ways that you can. If you are watching us on Facebook, we ask that you follow, like, and share our posts, and even check out the event calendar, because the event calendar also showcases our Eventbrite, which you can buy tickets by donation. You can even, if you're on Facebook, have a Facebook watch party with your family, friends, your acquaintances on Facebook. Do all those things. Also, on YouTube, follow us there, and also like and share our posts there. Not share our posts. Subscribe to us on YouTube and set a reminder bell, because then when we go live, you'll actually be notified. And when we post remasters, which we do, we post 3 remasters on YouTube from each live stream. And once we do that, you'd be notified. You can even share the stream link that is the YouTube stream link onto your social media timeline so that those people can see that. And a reminder, I want to tell you this right now. You're going to want to watch this whole entire thing, because after the last time that I talk and I give all the outro credits, we're going to have a very special setup for our very last song with John Van Deusen, and you are not going to want to miss it, because it is gorgeous. I've already seen it twice, and it is beautiful. So do that. Also, if you're on Instagram, we ask that you take a picture or a video of yourself and tag at JVD Music and at Sessions in Place, so we here can see how you at home are watching this. A financial way to help us out is through Venmo, and you can donate $5, that'd be great, or any amount that you can. If you want to help us out monthly, continually, we do have a Patreon, and you can pick one of 3 tiers there, and one of the incentives is you'd be listed in the credits, and also you'll have access to the rest of the remasters, because 3 of them go to YouTube. The rest of them, you, the Patreon patron, will be able to see. And if any of those things, any of those links, you're like, how do you get there? Well, you can go to our Instagram at Sessions in Place and go to our bio, and there's a link tree there, and then it'll populate all the links that I just said. Now, grab a glass of whatever's helping you cope with this time apart, and let's enjoy John Van Deusen together.
I am not your friend, nor am I your enemy. I am nothing to you, and you are nothing to me. Yet still I'd like to say that though you long to waste away, it is gonna be alright, and it is gonna be okay. And free me, break me, fill me up with all your holy water, 'cause I'm driving drunk in the night with one headlight. And bow down, low down, pledge yourself and all your sons and daughters, 'cause we're vying for a throne without a prayer or a birthright. And oh, sweetest name, is this really who I am? Do I need your love like a gun needs a hand? in their own blood. See, I've been changing, subtle as a cliff on a coastline. Maybe there is a God, she's working on my insides. Baby, there is a God, she's working on my insides. And oh, sweetest name, is this really who I am? Do I need your love like a gun needs a hand? And oh, love of life, is this really where I stand? Do I need your love like an altar needs a lamb? Ooh. And free me, break me, fill me up with all your holy water, 'cause I'm driving drunk in the night with one headlight. Thank you. The song's called Live There. And LA made me think, and too much gold and you sink. I don't want to live there, buy there, or die there. I don't want to live there, buy there, or die there. Nashville, you're much too safe. Quit weighing the pros and cons, just create. I don't want to live there, buy there, or die there. I don't want to live there, buy there, or die there. Give to me miles of tall evergreens and the smell of the ocean and cool mountain breeze, won't you please? Yeah, 33rd singing to me. The birds offer up a perfect melody. I just want to live here, love here, and die here. I just want to live here, love here, and die here. And give to me miles of tall evergreens and the smell of the ocean and cool mountain breeze. Won't you please? And I long to be, and I long to be undividedly yours, undividedly. thank you to everybody who's watching that I can't see.
Oh, there's several people watching.
Great, that's great.
See.
Thank you for watching. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. It turns out the Fremont Abbey, this space where I'm singing, is one of the spaces in Seattle where I played my first few shows, like when I was a teenager and in high school. So it's really wonderful to be back. This next song is called Fly Away to Hell, and it sounds grim. It's not as grim as it sounds, I don't think. But I was thinking about who I wanted to dedicate it to. I want to dedicate it to anybody who's ever had to go through conversion therapy. You're different enough to feel unknown. Let the weight of their looks push you underground. Sometimes you just wanna fly away to hell. Just wanna fly away to hell. Sometimes you just wanna fly away to hell. You just wanna fly away to hell. But please don't forget the way the sun hits the lake and dances back and forth, or the way a sparrow flies, or the way a rabbit runs away and stays another day. They say you don't belong here anymore. They quote that book and they close that door. And sometimes you just wanna fly away to hell. Just wanna fly away to hell. Sometimes you just wanna fly away to hell. You just wanna fly away to hell. But please don't forget the way the sun hits the lake and dances back and forth, or the way a sparrow flies, or the way a rabbit runs away and stays. Don't forget the way the sun hits the lake and dances back and forth, or the way a sparrow flies, or the way a rabbit runs away and stays another day. Sometimes you just wanna fly away. Thank you.
Just wow. Just a lot of wow.
Thanks, Oliver, wherever you are.
I'm over here in the haze.
You're just a disembodied voice.
As per usual.
Yes.
I got some questions for you.
Okay.
So with that last song,
Oh, gosh.
I know, sorry. Can you tell us what motivated you to write that song?
Wow. Honestly, that I could talk about that for hours and hours, but the short story, I guess, would be feeling like it's interesting singing that song in a church space. This building was built as a spiritual space. Churches should be safe spaces, and I think a lot of people haven't felt like they have been safe spaces. And because of that, I think the church has either unintentionally or even intentionally over the years pushed certain groups of people away and basically told them that they're no good. And because of that, I think the church, and I put myself a part of that church. I go to church, I work at a church. There's a certain amount of blood on our hands. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, man, good God, like, of all the places that somebody should feel space to be free and safe, it should be a church, you'd think. So that's what that song's about.
Absolutely.
So that's it.
Piggybacking off of that question with another question, if you don't mind.
Okay.
What are, this is totally left field,
Okay.
but what are some of your favorite books?
My favorite books?
Yes.
Wow. That's also, I could talk about that for hours. For the longest time, my favorite book was Joseph Heller's Catch-22. Oh gosh, honestly, there are so many favorite books. I've been reading a ton of Ursula K. Le Guin again, and I gotta be honest, I just finished The Dispossessed not too long ago, and that has gotta be one of the most beautiful books ever written. I love Kurt Vonnegut, and I love Isaac Asimov, and I love, actually, The Name of the Wind is probably the most current book I've really loved by Patrick Rothfuss. I just love books. I also read my Bible a lot. So that's
that
an honest
question
answer.
was from Cody Fenton.
Cody Fenton. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thanks, Cody. I'd love to talk books with you, Cody. So this next song is called Oslo. I was in Nuremberg, Germany, and I was given this pseudo homework assignment to go and meet someone on the street and then write a song about that experience. And I met this man named Oslo who was, just kind of sitting out in the square, and he didn't have any arms, and he was not begging, that's not the right term, he just had a little cup out. And I went back to the flat I was staying in, tried to write a song about it, and I hated it so much because it just felt really self-righteous. Like, I can save this guy, Oslo, with my song. So then I wrote this song about how silly that was. So that's this song. I tried to write a song about a man with no arms, and all he had to give me was his name. Unfortunately, I couldn't speak his native tongue, and so we shared some silence in the rain. Yeah, if I give him money, will his arms grow back? Will my well-intentioned rambling ease the slack? And if I promise to pray day after day, will his pain go away? Yeah, seriously, what can I say? Honestly, what can I sing when morning after morning Oslo waits in the rain? Yes, so I thought up some lines that seemed insightful and strong. Yes, the wit is dripping from my lips. But damned if I can't manage to overcome advantage. My pride is swaying narcissistic hips. Yeah, if I give him money, will his arms grow back? Will my well-intentioned rambling ease the slack? And if I promise to pray day after day, will his pain go away? Yeah, seriously, what can I say? Honestly, what can I sing when morning after morning Oslo waits? When morning after morning Oslo waits. When morning after morning Oslo waits in the rain. Yes, Oslo, as things go, you've been dealt a crippling blow, I know. So be warm, be safe, be full of grace. Be warm, be safe, be full of grace. Be warm, be safe, be full of grace. So be warm, be safe, be full of grace. Be warm, be safe, be full of grace. Be warm, be safe, be and full of grace. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just want to keep on asking you questions because people keep asking them.
Sure, that's fine. Can I talk into this floating camera?
Yeah, that's actually the one you should be talking
Okay.
into.
It feels very like 2001 Space Odyssey.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like, so if you're looking into that camera, you're staring into every person's soul that's watching.
Wow, I see such beauty.
I'm glad you said that. Okay, so first question.
Okay.
And obviously, you don't have to answer these if you don't feel comfortable.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's only being live streamed.
Yeah, it's only being live streamed. Which denomination are you?
Which denomination am I?
Yeah, are you a part of?
I work at a PCUSA, Presbyterian Church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Hannah Grace Kelly asking that question.
Hannah Grace Kelly. Hi. Hi, Hannah.
Abram KJ is asking, big question right here. What's the projected date for that next recorded album?
So that's a great question. I am currently demoing Marathon Days, which it feels like it's going to be a double album. There's just a lot of songs. And I plan on finishing my album series that I started with Marathon Days. And so I'm working on that. I'm also working on other records. I've had this bad habit during COVID of basically working on 6 or 7 simultaneous projects. So that includes a children's record, an ambient / kind of found sound noise record, the 5th LP that follows Marathon Days, as well as multiple like bands that I've basically started with friends. So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
It also parallels with a question that was also asked earlier, which is how many songs do you think that you've written during quarantine?
During quarantine?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Maybe like 15. Seems about right. Shooting from the hip.
Yeah, it's like one per month almost.
Yeah, maybe. You know, the thing is, I write a lot of songs that they never really make it to completion, but what ends up happening is that I like a bridge from that song that I then place in another song. So most of the time I take something away from each idea. Far more ideas than actual songs came through COVID. So
Yeah. Wow.
I keep looking to my left because I can see you over here, but I realize I need to look at you.
No, it's like looking at the camera is like looking at you because I'm also watching the stream, so I'm making eye contact with you in the stream.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
What a world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you one more question?
Absolutely.
How about super curious? This is from Gabriella Navis.
Oh, cool.
Super curious about the shift to God as a she.
Oh, in that song?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I could talk about that song for a long time. But there's a lot of lyrics in that song that's like, oh gosh, I feel like I would have to sit down and have a conversation about that. As far as shifting to God as a she, I don't really believe God to have a gender specifically, if I'm really honest. And I think that, wow, I could talk about that for a long time. But that, you know, I think in that moment when I wrote that lyric, it's kind of my way at poking at all the people who, like, the thought of God being referred to as a she really puts them off. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, I know the theological reasons for it, and I know why people believe what they believe. I just mean knowing what we know about God as this, like, if God exists and God is this, like, infinite being that, you know, is beyond time, giving God a gender, like assigning a gender to God seems a little strange to me. So that's kind of, I think sometimes I get a little puckish and I want to poke at people. So that's kind of my, maybe there is a God and she's working on my insides. So that's like the very short version. We should probably get a drink and talk about that. Now, and I should also say, like, I'm not trying to make anybody feel guilty if they feel strongly about God being referred to as a he. That's quite all right with me. So, man, this is so weird. It's so weird to be being asked questions of people I can't see, because normally you'd all be sitting here with me and I'd be able to talk to you about it. But that is a good question. Let me finish with, I feel like the older I get, the less I understand. And it's like if I'm finding any wisdom in my life, I'm learning that things are really complicated. And there's this John Green quote I've really loved recently. I think it's "The truth resists simplicity." That's how I feel. I feel like we really love to simplify things that are like infinitely complex. So on that note, this song is called "You Don't Know What You're Asking of Me," and I wrote it because really sweet, kind-hearted people would come up to my wife and I, not knowing we'd had miscarriages, asking us when we were gonna have kids. Like, when are you gonna have kids? Almost like we should feel guilty because we weren't trying. It's just a good reminder that sometimes we ask questions that have a lot of weight, we don't even realize it. So that's what this song's about. Oh, wait, hold up, let me just, okay, we're good. This song should be played with a band and really loudly, but I guess how I'm playing it right now is how it sounded when I wrote it at the Chambers house in Anacortes, Washington. When are you gonna have children of your own? When are you gonna buy a place of your own? When are you gonna start showing up at church? When are you gonna sleep soundly through the night? And I don't know. And when are you gonna have children of your own? I don't know. When are you gonna buy a place of your own? I don't know. When are you gonna start showing up at church? I don't know. When are you gonna sleep soundly through the night? Expectation, complication, you don't know what you're asking of me. Expectation, complication, you don't know what you're asking of me. You don't know what you're asking of me. You don't know what you're asking of me. When are you gonna stop lying to your friends? I don't know. When are you gonna confess to where you've been? I don't know. When are you gonna hear the voice of the Lord? Bright and strong, early morn, folded head in hands. Expectation, complication, you don't know what you're asking of me. Expectation, complication, you don't know what you're asking of me. You don't know Thank you. Whew. All right, I'm going to play one more song, and then we're going to take an intermission break. And there's a little video that I recorded in my office at work of me being a dork.
No, it was super adorable. And that's the word I'm going to choose to use.
Okay, apparently I was adorable.
Yes.
This song, so it's obvious by now if you didn't know, I am a Christian. That's like the biggest part of my identity. And it is a confusing time to be a Christian. It is, at least for me, especially during COVID. I often feel very removed and separated from a lot of the Christian world. Anyways, that being said, it is still the most important thing in my life. So I released a record, part of my album series. It's called Every Power Wide Awake, and it is about my faith. And so normally I don't play those songs during these types of shows, but this is one I keep playing because I've found that even people who don't share my beliefs seem to be comforted by it. So anyways, it's called All Shall Be Well. So when it's finished, we'll take a break, and then I'll be back to sing some more songs. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the moon. Thank you for the stars at night and the darkness too. Bless you for your peace. Bless you for your grace. Bless you for your perfect love and your perfect ways. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. Use me as you will, remove my selfish pride, create in me a servant's heart to bless your holy bride. And when my work is done and the seeds are sown, please receive my spirit, Lord, and welcome me home. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. Thank you.
Hi, you guys. I'm here in my office in Anacortes, Washington. This is where I have spent a lot of time being creative during the lockdown. Obviously, 2020 was a weird year. My wife and I, we've survived the COVID season because we've had to. But also, we had a baby on January 1st, 2020. And so he's 14 months now. His name's Benjamin. And so the COVID lockdown for us, in some ways, has kind of been good because we've been forced to be together in our home. And for me, it has just meant more time with my son, which is really great. So I think having a kid and getting to watch this kid, grow in front of your eyes and spend quite a bit of time with them has been really good for me. And that's kind of what's helped me through COVID lockdown. The other part that's helped me is having this office. I live 3 blocks away, so I can walk here. This is where my writing and recording gear is. And so I can come and be here to write and record and demo. And right now I have a lot of projects I'm working on. I'm writing a lot of songs. I'm working on multiple records of my own. I'm working on multiple records for new projects, new bands, new collaborative efforts. So COVID has been good for my creative process. And like I said, this office has a huge role to play in that. It's just good to have a space that is mine. Staying connected during COVID obviously has been difficult. I normally don't really love the internet. I kind of hate the internet. But I'm thankful for the internet right now because it is the way in which my wife and I stay connected to most people. For example, on our son's first birthday, we had a Zoom birthday party for him where he got a cake that he could, smash and eat and get it all over himself. And so we had a Zoom birthday party with our entire family. So thank God for Zoom. Really thankful for FaceTime. That's basically it. That's how we've stayed connected, other than maybe the occasional walks with people outside. That's been another thing we get to do. So yeah, weird year. Glad 2021 is here. Feels like things are kind of looking up, changing, and beginning to normalize a little, which I'm really grateful for. So I guess I could show you some things in my office. It's pretty messy, full of junk. I like to surround myself with art and maps and books. That's kind of how I get inspired. This is Ed Catmull's Creativity Inc. I recommend this book. I really love Sister Wendy's 1000 Masterpieces. It's like her list of the 1000 greatest paintings, which is rad. I do have this old guitar that I've smashed and thrown. Somehow it's still living. I'm saving it so I can gift it to my son someday. My favorite part about this guitar is the Lou Pinella sticker. So this is where I work. Yeah, I've got some guitars and it's a mess. This is where I write songs. I've got the original painting that was on the back of the last Lonely Forest record, which I like. I like these metal, I don't know what you call them, the giant stamps. They stamped the Obi strip for Every Power Wide Awake, one of my records. There it is. So yeah, this is my office. This is where I get to hang out and write. Really grateful for it. This is where I've been demoing my new records. So yeah, this is my zone. You guys, thank you so much for watching this show. I look forward to coming down to Seattle soon to play live. And hang in there. Bye.
And welcome back. My name's Oliver Stelfox, and if you're just joining us, unfortunately for you, you have missed the whole first half, but rest assured in the fact that you can always watch it after. But this is actually live here at the Fremont Abbey, so stay with us live because, as we know, COVID's happening and we can't have live concerts, but this is as close to live as you can get. So please continue to be live with us. If you're watching us on YouTube, we ask that you subscribe to us on YouTube. Like, please, please, please. We just ask that just 100 million times %. You there watching, please subscribe to us on YouTube. It will behoove us and you. You'll get great content and it'll be amazing. We remaster 3 songs per live stream, so you'll be able to access those as well. It'll be a beautiful thing, and I really think that you should. Also, you can set that reminder bell so that when we do post those remasters, you'll be notified that those happen. And you will probably enjoy those immensely. And by probably, I mean definitely enjoy those immensely. If you're watching us on Facebook, we ask that you follow us on Facebook. Also, check out the event calendar, because what you'll notice is that on the event calendar, with each person that's performing, you'll be able to access the Eventbrite for that as well, and you'll actually be able to buy a donation-based ticket. So then the artist will actually get some money from being able to, or from performing here with us. So please do that. That is a huge ask of us to you. And you can check out the event calendar so that you'll see all of the other artists that are lined up. And you can even share those stream links, the Facebook or YouTube stream link, onto your social media timelines, so that all your friends, family, and acquaintances can really see that this amazing thing is happening actually just right behind me. It's quite gorgeous. And then a huge reminder, I just want to push this as much as I can. You want to stick around for this entire thing. Even when I am talking on camera, please stick around, because after it are better things than me talking on camera. Because we created a very special setup for the very last song, which will be not right here. It'll be in a different space, but it will also be live. So stay with us to the very, very end. And if you're on Instagram for whatever reason, please take a picture or a video of yourself and then tag at JVD Music, and then also at Sessions in Place, so that we here can see how you at home are watching this. We do have a Venmo, and we ask that you consider contributing at least $5, but Derek's going to say another number. $48 is another number that you can donate. Any amount of numbers is any amount of dollars that you can donate. And let's say you want to donate monthly. We have a Patreon, and what you'll get from becoming a Patreon patron is you'll be in our credits at the very end, and you'll also be able to access the rest of the remasters, because like I said, there's 3 that are going to YouTube, but every artist performs more than 3 songs, so those rest of those are on our Patreon. Now, to really go forward with thankfulness towards those Patreon patrons, I want to say thank you to Jewel Laurie, Haley McGee, Denise Zonto, Misnomers, Amy Ellen Trefsker, Shelly Cochran, Tina Jones, Hugh Lee, Ebba Lukander, Kevin Schlatter, Anna Yamborkik, Michael Kugler, my Aunt Carla Colbert, and my mama, Pamela Frederica Love. So, without further ado, let's just enjoy some more John Van Deusen.
We keep the heat off so we can save. The cold wakes me up, an invisible wave. I think in my dream I was unbuttoning the back of your lavender dress. Thank you. I wrote this song up in Stevens Pass. I was there by myself in a lodge for a few nights, and I got really terrified. My recording gear was facing out all night at this just like darkest night, this giant A-frame window, and I was spooked because every time I would finish a take on this song, the monitor in my headphones was still on, the microphone was still on, and it sounded like something was running up the stairs behind me. So frankly, I just thought the house was haunted, and then I wrote this song about not wanting to be alone. I'm busy building towers to the sky. How whatever makes you mine. I thought that I could make it on my own. Now I am choking on the seeds I've sown. Be here when I sleep, when I dream, when the devils meet. Be here when I wake up, when I wake up, when I wake up. Whatever makes you stay, whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you come, be with me a while. Whatever makes you mine, whatever makes you mine. Whatever makes you stay, whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you come, be with me a while. Whatever makes you mine, whatever makes you mine. Whatever makes you mine. Whatever makes you stay, whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you come, be with me a while. Whatever makes you mine, whatever makes you mine. Whatever makes you stay, whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you come, be with me a while. Whatever makes you mine, whatever makes you mine. Whatever makes you mine. Thank you.
You are just eternally welcome because this is beautiful stuff.
Thanks.
And the people continue to ask questions.
If you, okay. The people continue to ask questions. I will do my best to answer them.
I'm just going to ask you a couple.
All right.
I feel like the last time I asked you 3, and that was one too many.
Okay.
How about this one? What/who was your musical inspiration growing up?
When I was younger, I really only listened, because this is what was available to me. I only listened to Suzuki violin music, because my sisters played Suzuki violin like all the time. And then I really loved the first 2 Switchfoot records when I was younger, because I was like raised in the church, and those first 2 records, man, loved them. When I got older, my musical taste changed a lot, and my favorite band of all time is XTC. That's what this tattoo is. It's the cover of English Settlement. I just think they're they're the best. They're my favorite band. They're my biggest, probably, like, aesthetic and songwriting influence. So.
Well, that's actually a perfect segue for the next question.
Okay.
And this question is from Brian Beiersdorf. And he asks, what is a song you love that you wish that you wrote?
Oh, there are so many. There are so many. Party in the USA. That's not a joke. Oh my gosh, I wish I'd written that song. On a Good Day, is that Joanna Newsom? Oh. Kind of wish I'd written that song, because then I
love Joanna Newsom.
Then I could play the harp. I could talk about that. The songs I wish I'd written for a long time. Like every other XTC song. Wouldn't It Be Nice? I could go on for a long time. There's basically every good song I've written I wish I had written, because then I'd be filthy rich. Word. Dude, I wish I had written 2001, The Chronic. I wish I'd written that entire record. This song I wrote when I was 18. I was sitting at a place called Little Cranberry Lake and basically having this existential crisis as an 18-year-old and feeling like everything was wrong, but something needed to go right. So. Oh, in time the trees die and light will fade, but I hope for a new breath, a new life to take me away. Let us pretend we've got it together. Let us ignore the coming sun. We'll sing the body electric until machine and soul are one. I've seen the tweaker struggle, syringes lined his floor. A cycle turned to life, be dead in jobs in a government's war. Oh, in time the trees die and light will fade, but I hope for a new breath, a new life to take me away. Oh, in time the trees die and light will fade, but I hope for a new breath, a new life to take me away. One by one the monsters trample through woods and dirt they feed. What sort of world and plight for our children must we lead? Let us burn the nation's budget. Let's send boys overseas to fight ghosts in the desert instead of teaching them to give and lead. Oh, in time the trees die and light will fade, but I hope for a new breath, a new life to take me away. Oh, in time the trees die and light will fade, but I hope for a new breath, a new life to take me away now. We sing in time. We sing in time. Oh, in time the trees die and light will fade, but I hope for a new breath, a new life to take me away. Oh, in time the trees die and light will fade, but I hope for a new breath, a new life to take me away. Thank you. So, I'm writing a children's record because I became a dad on January 1st, 2020. Yeah, I really like my kid. He's great. So I've just been slowly writing these songs for him, but, you know, with the idea that other parents might want to listen to him too. So I'm going to sing two of them now. Hope that's okay with you. You don't have a choice.
Wait, a quick question.
Yes.
This was actually asked earlier.
okay.
This is not from me.
Okay.
Does your kid like your voice?
Oh, sometimes. Actually, I make him cry sometimes when I sing.
I mean, you're making us cry here in a good way.
Okay, well, you know, there was this one melody I kept writing, and every time I'd hit the falsetto note, he'd cry. But it wasn't like, I'm mad at you or scared cry. It was like he was really hurt. He was touched. And interestingly enough, for a while, anytime I would play Come Sail Away by Styx, he would cry. So he's a sensitive soul. So I don't know, maybe he likes my voice. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Stop and consider if it will do good. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Stop and consider if it will do good. If it will do good for someone and or something or someplace. Just because you can eat a booger doesn't mean you should eat a booger. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean it's good. Just because you can spend some money doesn't mean you should spend some money. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean it's good. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Stop and consider if it will do good. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Stop and consider if it will do good. Will do good for someone and or something or someplace. Just because you can burp the loudest doesn't mean you should burp the loudest. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean it's good. Just because you can make more money doesn't mean you should make more money. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean it's good. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Stop and consider if it will do good. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Stop and consider if it will do good. If it will do good for someone and or something or someplace. Thank you. Here's another one, kid song. I'm gonna get it off. I want to sing it before you ask another question. This one I will say I'm planning on releasing as a single soon, so you know, you can look for it, I guess. And why do sad things happen to people who do good? Why do sad things happen at all? The truth is that Papa doesn't know, nor Mama doesn't know. And yet still we have hope in the morning, because the snow, it melts in spring, and the flowers always bloom, and the robin, she will sing in the tree outside your room. And there's comfort to be found in the colors and the sound. And the sun, she brings her light in the morning, and in the morning we can eat pancakes. And why do bad things happen to people who do good? And why do bad things happen at all? The truth is that Papa doesn't know, and no, Mama doesn't know. And yet still we have hope in the can eat pancakes. Thank you.
I would love to eat pancakes in the morning with you.
You know what? My wife and partner, Anna Babe, makes really good sourdough pancakes.
So I'll see you there tomorrow.
Well, we have to be up really early, and it's spring forward. Guys, got to remember. Right, spring forward. I have to be at work at what will feel like 7 a.m. So if you, and she's not going to be making pancakes. Let's just be clear. Another time.
So yeah, I will take the rain check. Okay, so there's some questions.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask them long, because you're going to the piano. So here we go. First off, from Levi Wheeler.
Okay.
When did you know you had a connection with music?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I mean, I started playing music at a young age. I started playing drums and piano and guitar in 5th grade. I wrote my first song in 5th grade about Calvin and Hobbes. Let's be clear, as a side note, Bill Watterson may be one of the greatest artists of all time. But yeah, I don't know how to answer that. I think probably when I was really young, I remember setting up pots and pans, playing drums. So yeah, I also actually, I remember being like moved emotionally to soundtracks when I was little. The soundtrack, I think it's James Horner's soundtrack to Glory. If you've never seen that movie, you probably should. But that movie, there's this choral piece in it that just always made me really emotional, even when I was really little. So maybe that's a good place to start. Early film scores, yeah.
Fair. And also, a friend of mine, Jess Aldridge, told me to say hello to you.
Oh, Jess Aldridge. Hi, Jess.
Yeah.
Really like Jess Aldridge.
Good person.
Jess plays
Expand
violin.
on that. Expand on that.
He plays violin on one of my records. He sings on another. I mean, yeah. Great.
Yeah. Amazing person.
He is.
How about this one from Jonathan Schneider? Will you return to tour in Germany after this COVID mess? Newly vaccinated human.
I am newly vaccinated, and you know, I really hope so, Jonathan. I would really like to, if we can make it work financially, and if I can get the time off from work to come to Germany again someday. Yes, we would really like to bring Benji to Germany because it's one of our favorite places. So probably not anytime soon, but that's the hope. The hope would be to come back. Yes.
Love it. Love it.
So this next song is called Absentee Heartbeat. It might be one of the saddest songs I've ever written. And it's just about, I wrote the first verse probably a couple nights after the first miscarriage my wife and I had, and then I completed the second verse maybe weeks later. Miscarriage is an interesting pain. It's, and I don't mean the physical pain that obviously women go through. That's painful. What I'm saying is it's a hidden type of trauma, because a lot of people don't talk about it. So what I realized was that it's actually really common, but nobody was talking about it. And so I processed my own pain and trauma of the miscarriage through this song. So that's what the song's about. Tiny body sleeps under the holly tree. Your mom planted flowers so you wouldn't get lonely. And there go all the things we planned, and all the things we planned. There go all the things we planned for you. And there go all the things we planned. All the things we planned. There go all the things we planned for you. Absentee heartbeat, it's all we have to go on. The look on their faces told me that you were gone. Thank you. So I'm going to play one more piano song. Oliver's going to talk, and then we're going to present something very special, I think. This is a song I don't think I've ever played it live. It's called I Was 6, and it's very literal. When I was 6 years old, I was in the backyard helping some friends build a fort. And I saw this nail sticking up out of a 2x4, and I remember thinking in my brain, what would it feel like to step on the nail? And that just says a lot about how I've learned over the years. And I stepped on the nail to see what it would feel like at age 6. And it threw my foot, 2x4 stuck to my foot, dragged the 2x4 for a while. It was rough. That's what this song's about, so I'm going to try to get through it. Hoping my son isn't anything like me in that regard. Benji, if you're watching this someday, don't. It hurts. You don't need to feel it for yourself. It hurts. It's a good life lesson. The nail through your foot will hurt. I was 6, staring down, rusty nail, staring back, wondering of the pain, potential blood stain. And I have never been a coward, only ignorant and vain, wandering the wasteland, waiting for the rain. And it's amazing that it's taken so long for me to gain insight into why I hunger for the pain. And know why has it taken so long? Oh, why has it taken so long? And so I placed all my weight on my foot, sealed my fate through my skin, plunged the nail, slow to learn, quick to fail. I have never been a coward, only ignorant and vain, wandering the wasteland, waiting for the rain. It's amazing that it's taken so long for me to gain insight into why I hunger for the pain. Oh, why has it taken so long? Oh, why has it taken so long? I wanna get back, wanna get back, wanna get back. Why has it taken so long? Oh, why has it taken so long? Thank you. I just want to keep playing. I'm not going to keep playing. Thank you.
Just a reminder for you at home, you should stick around until everything, the credits are gonna roll, and then, well, no, I'm gonna talk about all these things, and then there's gonna be the super special setup that we put up over here that's glorious, and you should stick around for that. I want to say that if you at home are wondering how you can be like, oh, how can Sessions in Place continue to exist? Well, financially, that's a huge thing. So Venmo, Sessions in Place, at least $5. Also Patreon. We have that exists, and there's 3 tiers, and you can pick which one that fits your fancy, and then it will be glorious that you would come on with us as a Patreon supporter. And speaking of the people that go into making these things happen, so this is produced by Austin Glass, Ben Strickland, myself, Oliver Stelfox, Brent James Driscoll. Yep, there he is. And then also the tech director tonight, Richard McLean, a.k.a. Yes, that's his name, Switchard McLean Cuts. And also, the jib operator tonight and every night is Benjamin Strickland. This is currently the camera that we're on. And then the Steadicam daddy, or Steady Daddy, is Brent James Driscoll. Now today, with our slider cam, we had some really special things. I wish that you could see the brilliance that is in front of the actual camera lens. It's ridiculous in the best way. That is done by Christopher Brown, and also this thing that's about to happen after I talk, the camera operator for that, the Movi operator, is Austin Glass. So stick around for this thing that's about to happen. In terms of PAing, Alex Namushin, he helped us out earlier. And also John Higuchi, aka Gooch, really amazing person. He helps us out. He's really the glue between our cracks. Like, he helps us out indefinitely. For lighting, Derek Zonto right here. He's currently fiddling with the hazer because we need the haze for this last thing that's about to happen. And then the audio done by myself, Oliver Stelfox, aka Audio Snellgrove Stelfox. You can call me all those things. Today, for the very first time in the BTS photography world, we had Diana Bartos. So thank you for coming out. Incredible stuff. In the social media stuff, and the PR, the stuff that, like, basically, when you are a Patreon supporter, you get to see the things that she'll put out into there, and she is the one to thank for that. Now, this was shot on location, and currently is shot on location at Fremont Abbey, and it is beautiful here. The acoustics and the visual aspect, it's amazing. And we have a few sponsors to thank, and they are R90 Lighting with those movers in the back, and then Lightsmiths with those tubes that are also more or less in the back. Olympic Studios with these RE Sky panels. God, Derek Klein, thank you so much for that. Prism Lens Effects for the lenses that you provide us for, or the filters that you provide us to put onto our cameras. That's amazing. You Need a Burger with the food that you've given us from all the people that are from the talent to the crew alike. So thank you guys so much. Black Raven Brewery providing us with all of the beer that we could ever want. You guys are rad. Adams for these masks. Appreciate it immensely. Guyaki for those yerba mates that really, that's the lifeblood of Sessions in Place, making these things continually happen. Holy shit. Like, yerba mate, that's it. And then also Do 206. What we do with them is, like, we basically are able to extend our audience to their reach. So thank you, Do 206, for allowing us that. Now, the additional music that you're hearing right now, the drum music, you're hearing it? It's doing its stuff. That's done by Tiffany Costello. And sadly, she is moving away to New York City. And, you know, she's been here with us ever since the get-go of Sessions in Place. So, Tiffany, I appreciate you immensely. You're an amazing person. and I hope you do well in New York City. I know you're going to do well in New York City. And next week, for our 50th Sessions in Place, and that means that we have done 50 Sessions in Places since April 11th, 2020. And we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. So stay tuned, everyone. We're doing amazing things. We are having Jacob Miller, who is also from Portland, Oregon. And we'll be having it here at Fremont Abbey. It's a pre-recorded session, so stick around with that. And now, this next thing that's about to happen is extremely gorgeous, and I hope that all of you didn't fall off and you all are staying in tune with me right now, because I'm going to kick it off to him, and it's going to be glorious. So check out Marathon Days right now, that's live here with John Van Deusen.
And I'm stuck in a haze, these marathon days, over and over. And I open my eyes deep in the night to cough rolling thunder. And there's smoke on my tongue, and I'm no longer young. I visit the river to cool off my mind under the Rhine. Sweet blueberry shivers. And I'm overanalyzing every bloody thing, king of nothing more than words that fail to bring meaning to my life. I could use a little cabin in the woods, watch some birds and maybe smoke away the shoulds. Perhaps then I'll find some quiet. No more car alarms, crowded subway cars, indoor cigarettes, pressure on my chest. No more mystery meets, suicidal streets, vomit by the door, sticky bathroom floors. And I miss the places that I know, the places that I go to be alone. And I miss the places that I know, the places that I go to be alone. I miss endless fields, early family meals, peaceful dusk and dawn, barefoot on the lawn, walking with my mom, coffee with my dad, sisters laugh at me, climb the cherry tree. I miss the places that I know, the places that I go to be alone. And I miss